Greetings, what's going on, family? It's naturescandyfarms representing Nature's Candy Farms. Thanks for checking in with me today. Before I go on, I want to make mention to you all, in case you aren't aware, Nature's Candy Farms actually has its own YouTube channel. So if you just go onto YouTube, type in Nature's Candy Farms and hit subscribe, you'll actually be able to stay up to date with all of the videos that you've seen me make. You can even go back and look at some of the other videos that I've been posting on social media. I will continue to post them on social media, but again, for your convenience, you can always go back and reference some of those old videos in case there's any information that you're interested in looking at. With that being said, today's video is actually going to be an instruction on how to turn this galvanized steel tub into an actual garden bed. So I'm going to walk you through all the steps, including the actual tools that you use, how much soil you can put in this, and even how to actually space this particular garden bed along with other ones. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, get your pen and paper ready. This is Nature's Candy Farms, garden like a boss. All right, so let's first talk about why I would actually even use a galvanized steel tub to make a garden bed. Number one, it's very affordable. The same price that you could pay for a standard resin planter, you can actually pay that same price for a much stronger, much more durable, long-lasting, and even portable galvanized steel tub, and it's larger. Number two, the ability to actually add soil to this is no different than the way that you would add soil to any other bed. So it's not as if you have to alter the method in which you would actually put the medium in which you're going to grow into this actual bed. You simply cut a bag open, put it in there, or you scoop a shovel scoop or more of actual compost into this. Whatever the case may be, you're never really changing up the method and how you actually use this container. Number three, as I've already mentioned, it's portable. There's actually handles that come on the side of the tub, so if ever you need to alter its position within your garden, it's much easier to lift it up because you actually have a solid grip on the actual container itself. And last but not least, it's long lasting. It's metal. So the same duration of time that you would attempt to get out of any other planter, like I said, one that's either resin or stone based, you can surpass that with an actual steel garden bed. In fact, some would say you could grow in it forever because they're very much resistant to any weathering, so you don't have to really worry about rust. It's really just a bargain all around. So with that being said, let's get started in actually constructing your garden bed. So when actually selecting a galvanized steel tub to use for a garden bed, the base size that I like to use is one that's roughly 24 inches across by 10 inches deep. Obviously you can get ones that are bigger than that, but considering that, again, I like to have one that's transportable. When you fill this up with soil, the weight of that, it becomes pretty heavy. So this size is one that allows you to really be able to transport it, but still get an adequate amount of soil to support all of your gardening needs. Next, you want to also consider the fact that you're going to have to drill holes into the bottom of this. So if you just use a standard drill with a 5/16 drill bit, that will give you holes that are big enough to be adequate for proper drainage. So all we do is we literally turn the bed over. We put one in the center, and then we put 4 around the nearest ring to the center. And then we put 4 more on that farthest ring from the center, cat a corner from these holes. So this way, the holes are dispersed all throughout the actual base of this container, and thus there's no chance for water to settle. You have a nice array of holes for drainage. And that's how you prepare your actual galvanized steel tub for a garden bed. Let's move on to actually putting some soil into this baby so we can get ready for planting.
Always stretch and flow.
Last but not least is the actual placement of our garden bed within our actual garden. Now, as you can see, I've actually got an entire array of garden beds made out of galvanized steel. So I like to position them based upon the season, because the season dictates which type of crops I'm growing. So for example, right now I'm preparing for the summer season, so I'm getting a little bit of a head start, and I want my actual garden to be set up to handle plants that have a larger foliage. That could be tomatoes, that could be squash. You know, there's many different crops during that type of season that actually grow much bigger. And so I want to have enough space for those plants to actually have room to grow, also allowing me to walk in between the beds. However, when I go into the fall and winter, I need my beds to be closer together. This way I can maximize the amount of space that I have available. So I may actually put these garden beds closer together because I don't need to have as much room, considering that the plants during that time of year really don't spread out much. So that could be your kale, that could be your collard, that could be carrots, beets, radish. All of those plants grow in a much more confined space. But like I said, since we're going into the summertime, I'm coming into this season with the space in mind. So let's go ahead and put our garden bed in place. So as you can see, it fits in nice and snug with the rest of the garden beds that I have here, and I'll be ready to go ahead and start planting as soon as my seedlings are through the stages that they're going through right now, which I'll make another video about to teach you how to start your own seedlings as well. But in the meantime and in between time, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up at naturescandyfarms@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to speak with you. And until then, let's grow together. Greetings, everyone. Thank you again for checking me out on Garden Like a Boss. We're going to close out today's program with a little music from my man Mosiki Scales from the brand new album West West Africa. You'll be listening to the track Kaleidoscopic Universe. And until next time, peace.